Hey guys, welcome back to Just Carve Rob. In today's video, we will be carving a skull out of cedar. We'll be using both of the Dremel 4000s and the micro carver. We're starting off with the Dremel 4000 with the Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr to begin shaping this skull into a skull. So we'll be removing all of the flat surfaces and making them round, all that good stuff like that there, all right? All right, you know what I'm talking about. We did a rough cutout on the bandsaw, like a side shot of the skull. And then the rest of it will all be worked in with hand tools, with Dremels and carving knives and whatnot. You can see we're rounding that skull over there. Working it into its roundness, like an egg. A fragile egg skull made out of cedar. All right. It's a lot of fun. This is going to take a minute. This is a pretty good sized piece of cedar here. We'll get that rounded over. Get it all shaped up in that there like that. This is normal speed. So you can see it's going to take a while. We're doing a little undercut under the head there. We're going to attach that to the spinal bones. Your spinal column of bones right there. Get that all worked around there. Yeah, it's going to take a while to round this thing over. And this is with the Kutzall Extreme Burr, but I'm not putting a lot of heavy pressure on it. Even though this is a nice soft cedar. It's a cedar wood. Western red cedar, I believe it's called. Got it from Canada, from Jordy Johnson, way back when Jordy shipped me a piece of it. All right, as you can see, we have got it all rounded over, and now we're going to start cutting the nose hole in. The nose hole. Nope, it's not going to be a wood spirit. You can see how we're using the coarse burr, kutzall, and we are cutting where the hole, you know that, no, it's like a nose, but it's a hole. It's your nose hole without the skin and cartilage on it. So we're kind of roughing that in there. Remember, this is not going to be the same as an actual human skull. This is an artist's concept of a skull. All right, so there we're cutting in the lower cheekbones with the kutzall coarse burr. So we're cutting in the lower cheekbones there. And we got to feather all of that wood back because, yes, there is a little bit of skull bone that sticks out from the skull. Because, you know, the skull bone's connected to the neck bone's connected to the shoulder bone's connected to the backbone's connected to the leg bone. Yep, that's a lot of bones. You got the rib bones and the foot bones and hand bones and the finger bones. And the song is way too long for this video. So that's where we're going to stop with the bone song. The bone song. All right, so you see how we got that poking out there? We had to cut that back, and it will go back further yet. So if you're going to carve a skull, make sure you make your skull a little bit front heavy. You know, make it a little bit long, because you got to get that nose hole thing cut in there. You can see that's what we're doing there. We're taking it and we're cutting it in. See? Oh, it's a piggy. Nope, it's a skull. Skull head. It's a skull, not a piggy. It could go, you could go either way at this point, though. You could make it a man pig. Stop being such a man piggy. Okay, now we've got the Kutzall Extreme Burr in there. And we're being very extreme. We're working that the front part of the skull back. And there for a minute, he's going to look kind of like a mongoloid because they're what do you call those guys with the big foreheads? I can't remember. Neanderthal man, Neanderthal. Looks like we're making a gorilla skull. Actually, that's all I think all you'd have to do to pull off a gorilla skull is where your eyebrows are, just leave them overhang. And then, of course, the jawbone's going to be way bigger. And there we are, cutting the cheekbones back in again. See, that's how deep we went. We lost the cheekbones from earlier. So we're going to have to cut them babies back in there. Now it's starting to look like a Darth Vader helmet skull thing. Yes, it's taking on many different forms in front of my eyes. Many different forms. We'll run the cheekbones back. Now we got to cut where the mouth is going to be. We got to get rid of all that wood. Yeah, look at all that man glitter getting squirted all over me. Yep. So we got to work that back. Get that all carved back there like that. This is going to be part one of probably 2 parts. We'll whittle it down to 2 parts. I probably have, about 6 or 7, let's say between 5 and 7 hours in on this skull, carving it. But I didn't do it all at one time. You know, I was working on this, and I was working on a little leprechaun sitting on a pot of gold, and at the same time I was working on the 2,000 subscriber giveaway for Just Carve Rob. Yes, the wood spirit, the little cottonwood bark wood spirit. And we'll be doing a drawing on that real soon. Real soon. I'll probably just do one of these videos like this, and I'll take all the names that I have and I'll put them in a hat, and then we'll do a recording of it, of drawing the name out of the hat, or I don't know, we might even try a live feed. So I'm thinking maybe next Friday we will do the drawing for the wood spirit. The wood spirit. You can see I've got the carbide flame burr in there. In the micromotor, that's what we're working the nose in with. And as you're doing this, you're just going to keep pushing that nose back and back and back again and again. You just keep pushing it back. And now we're changing over to a diamond burr. One of the bigger triangle shaped. It's not really triangle shaped, but it's not quite a flame burr either. But that's what we're getting in there, and we're working on this nose with. Smoothing it all out, getting it rounded up. Push back up into the head. And see what I'm talking about with that forehead, how it's really lurching out there? We'll get all that cut back too. Okay, diamond burr's gone. And we're putting the kutzall fine flame burr. Kutzall fine flame burr. And we are in the micro carver. Okay, just so you guys know that. My kutzall fine flame burr in the micro carver, running at about 15,000 RPMs. All right, and as we continue along here, we're getting the cheekbones worked back in. Getting them set where we want them. Trying to keep them the same size on both sides. The same size on both sides. And you can see it's kind of looking like a skull. Actually, it's kind of looking like a zombie, isn't it? We could cut some simple eyeballs in there and give them some lips. Or don't give them lips, just give them teeth, like he chewed his own lips off. Ooh, scary. Scary zombie. Ooh. But nope, this is going to be a cedar skull. Cedar skull. Yep. So, and we're sticking with that kutzall fine. It's the gold, so it's the fine burr. And you can see we're going to have to trim that nose back. It's looking a little bit large for this size skull. So, like in all the other carvings I do, I always make the nose, even though it's not a nose, but it is a nose. It's a no nose. I make it a little bit big. You should hold off on cutting them, the holes in, the breather holes, I guess you'd call them, until you get further down the line, because they can end up biting you if you cut them in deep and then you go to shrink the nose down, then you run into nose hole problems. Okay, so now we're drawing the bottom cut of the skull where the jawbone will sit. And that's going to be the end of part 1, guys. The end of part 1. Part 2 will be coming up. So share, subscribe, like. Please hit that like button. It really helps the YouTube analytics. Please hit it, and we'll catch you on the next one. Check the links in the descriptions below. Bye-bye.